Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another adventure with Dano. A night adventure, a vlog, a walk and talk vlog. Got some things I want to get off my chest, getting my exercise in. You know, I didn't really know that 2,000 steps was a mile. If that's the case, old Danny boy's been walking about 2-3 miles a day. So I'm thinking it might be a little less than that. You know, like when I go in and do like a shopping video, store vlog, a haul, check and see if prices are going up in the stores. I've been using this thing on my phone where, like, at Kroger the other day I did like 2,400 steps, and that was over a mile walking around in Kroger. Boy, I bet you never wonder how many people walk like a mile and a half in Kroger. They never know it. I usually do about 3,000 to 4,000 steps here on the walking trail. Now I know that's not 2 miles. Excuse me. But I don't know. It says like the average stride of a step is 2 to 2.5 feet. I'm probably going about a foot. So I'm thinking about maybe 3,000 steps is maybe a mile for me. I don't exert myself either. And I'll tell you something else. One mistake I made today before coming out here. I wore a black shirt, a cotton black shirt on the hottest day of the year so far in Cincinnati. 87 degrees, very humid, but there's a nice breeze. I was out here the other day and I didn't even do a construction update on the different homes that are being built here off the trail, the condos, and I don't know if they're building like any houses. I don't think so. I think it's going to all be condos and townhomes, but they have completely flattened this out. As you see here off the edge, got that all dug up. You might have seen in my video here the other day, there was a backhoe driving around bringing dirt from one end to the next and taking some dirt out as well. Got this path all evened out here, but some of you have been asking about this, so I just kind of wanted to show some of the progress as I'm no ranting tonight. This is going to be a fun chat with Dano here. Talk about some of the things me and Jess want to do over the summer, a couple things, we'll see what happens. Thank you to everyone who has been watching our cruise videos. I know some of you guys have even been going back and re-watching them. And we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do some of these things without you guys, without you watching our channel. It would be impossible for us to do some of the things we do. And we really appreciate that. And I'm glad that you guys enjoy them so much. I had planned on doing a lot of different things, or I've planned over the years of doing a lot of different things on the channel. Some of the things I never really was comfortable with doing. One of them was cruising on ships, mostly because Jessica never really knew if she would be able to handle it, and she has, and we're already starting the plans in the future for another one. Not really sure what we're gonna do. Maybe Disney, maybe a different ship. Maybe we really enjoyed Disney. I mean, it was so fantastic. The food was great. The service was awesome. I know a lot of you guys have been recommending Royal Caribbean. We're definitely looking into that as well. And some of the Royal Caribbean cruises are a heck of a lot cheaper. But if you book out far enough in advance, which we have been looking at some other Disney cruises as well, you can get some pretty good deals on those as well. Now, we got an okay deal. We only booked that trip a couple months in advance, so not as good as if we were to book a year in advance. But yeah, it's exciting, guys. It's the adventure, and appreciate everybody watching the store videos and everything. It's always kind of rough for me. It's like when I go into a place, I always think, how am I going to deliver this? How am I going to give the bad news of a lot of these things that are going up in price? The way I look at it is, Well, it may be bad news, but it is news that we got to talk about because it's something that we can all relate with. And, you know, the faster we know that something's going up in price, whether it be coffee or meat prices or stuff like that, the more you know and the more that you can follow that to a store and try to save money if you can. It's getting harder and harder to do that because a lot of these stores are, I feel like sometimes they're in cahoots with each other and they're discussing these things. Because look at, when you compare like places like Walmart and Aldi will raise their price on something and then Walmart follows right behind them, or vice versa. I mean, it's very quick. It kind of makes me think that maybe they deal with a lot of the same contractors or some of the same people, even though it's a different name between like Great Value or maybe Happy Harvest or some of these. The prices are only a penny off from each other. Somebody is grilling corn. I smell corn on the cob and it smells delicious. Sorry, that took me off here. There are some homes down here. I wonder if they're got the grill going. It smells amazing. You guys know I love corn on the cob. It is a little windy out here, but I'll tell you what, it feels great. I went to Walmart today and I was looking at things and, you know, I saw some different price increases on things. And I'll tell you what, as frustrating as it is, I mean, at least they're not too much higher in price. Not like what we saw like a couple years ago where, you know, things were going up by like a third, some things even doubling. You know, it's like, but yeah, the thing I don't like about seeing price increases on groceries, especially like at Walmart, is it's not going to be long before you start seeing them everywhere else. I thought I was getting out here at a good time, but it seems like all the planes are coming into Cincinnati Airport. What can you do? This is like the direct path. It's like they all cross over the trail here, and once one comes, it's like there's just so many. So if it gets a little loud, I apologize, but you know what, just out here having fun. Not really exercising per se, but just, you know, getting the rest of the walk in. I noticed I had a little over 2,000 steps. I wanted to get up to 3,000 just to make sure that I did get that full mile in. I am trying to go at least a mile a day. Just you know, the weather's been nice. Really hot though. But actually, it's been really nice. Today's, like I said, this is the hottest day of the year so far. But 87 degrees. It's humid, but again, there's a good breeze going on. They are building like a little walk path back in there. So this back here goes up into a neighborhood, but they built this walkway here. And down here, there's a bunch of people working down there, so I'm not going to walk down there. But they built this like retaining wall for all the water for this big creek down here. Somewhere for the water to go so it doesn't back up into this development that they're creating. So, me and Jessica have some things planned. We do have some more adventures. And I understand that on our channel here, we do a lot of different things. You know, we do a lot of travel. We try to throw as much entertainment. And Jess is more here for that than like the store videos and the information and stuff like that I kind of delve into. But we got more stuff planned. As most of you know, Jessica has been getting more and more involved in the channel, which I love. When we first started this channel, I had to kind of plan, like, I didn't think Jessica would ever really get too involved. I never did. But she did on certain things. I was like, well, if ever we become a full-on travel channel, or if we just do daily vlogs like this and just incorporate our lives, maybe. Because Jessica's always been kind of a private person, but since we started the channel here, since I started this full time, I think since she realized that, hey, this is a real thing. It's not something you just pick up and watch. This is something we've created. This is something we've built. I think she's more on board nowadays. This might be the end of the road today. Looks like they got the path blocked off on the other side, doing some work. So for the first time ever since this project, they had that road closed sign, so now I guess they're actually using it. Look at this thing over here. That is crazy looking. That's like, I don't even know what that is. Huh. Used for something. It's like doing something on the side of that building. Not really sure. Pretty cool looking though. Jessica has really enjoyed reading your guys' comments and the positive energy that comes out of it. I know, it's like when you read all these different, things that you guys send us and comments and stuff like that, the ones you remember are like the nasty ones, not me. I move over, or if it's too nasty, I take it off the channel. But, that's the one like a family member will come up and be like, I can't believe that person said that about you. And I said, well, go back and look. The comment's probably deleted by now. It's all part of the job. It's like sometimes people just want to try and irk me or Jess or, the channel in general. I don't know. But the more and more I go along in this, the more and more I become numb to some of those kind of things. Because it's like, you're going to always have that kind of stuff. You're going to always have the negativity and stuff like that, no matter what kind of channel you try to produce, or create. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And not going to really talk much about it anymore. I know I've done videos on different things like that. Things like, hey, people, I don't get it. It's like sometimes, switch hands here. Sometimes, you'll do a video like what I do. Like I was starting to say, we do a lot of different things on this channel. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch, right? I feel like I don't even have to say that. Sometimes I don't even know why I do. But if we go out of town or something and we're not doing, like different store videos and stuff like that, well, that's all part of this channel. It's all part of the daily vlog. That has never changed. We have always been a daily vlog channel, no matter what we do. It's basically what I do on a daily basis. I understand that over time, we've gone to different places to check out like the best sales and best deals and stuff like that. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. And you guys like it as well. A lot of you guys like it. A lot of you guys follow us for many different reasons. Some of you guys have been around since the beginning when all we were doing were theme parks and travel. And that's how we started. And when we started, to be completely honest with you, it wasn't cost effective at all. But over time, we've learned how to save money in certain areas to do different things. The bigger we grow on the channel, the more we have to be able to do certain things. There's another plane coming in hot. But, I honestly, I don't really know where I was going with that other than, you can't please everybody. And you can't please everybody all the time. I put a video out every day, sometimes 2 videos, like today. So no matter what I do, I've had to learn that I just can't please everybody all the time. Some people voice their opinions about that. That's okay. As long as you're not cussing up a storm or making fun of me, my family, or friends, or other people on the channel here who've been on this channel since the beginning of time. I've said this before, guys. I'll say it again. We went on the cruise, right? We went on the cruise. I understand some people don't like Disney. I'm sorry. We do. We love Disney. I understand there's issues with everything. I don't get into politics. I don't get into the politics of issues. People come out and say, oh, you're this way. You do this. You do that. Well, those kind of things, especially when it comes to politics, and if you really dig deep, you can find bad things on everything in life. Everything. It's just the way it is. But you know, there's a couple people that are like, oh, well, no, you're not doing your store video. I'm out. I unsubscribed. This is not an airport. No need to announce your departure. The funny thing is, so I have the ability to see how many comments people have left on. If you've left over 100 comments, then it'll just say over 100 comments. But if you comment on our channel and it's your first comment, I can see that it's one comment. What does that tell me? You're trolling the channel. You maybe watch, maybe, and you maybe just never commented, but you're just doing that to try and hurt us in a way. It doesn't work. As a matter of fact, it gives me more motivation to just go out there and do whatever the heck we want, and that's what we're going to continue to do. This is our channel, and you know, if you want to watch, great. We love it. We thank you all. We just hit 59,000 subscribers. Actually, within a couple days of that, we're at, I think, 59,160. I never really had thought how big I never realized how big our channel would grow. It's like every day we're getting more and more viewers that love our channel. And from the bottom of my heart, guys, and Jessica, you know, we thank you. We are so appreciative that so many people are liking everything that we're doing on here. Not just one thing. It's a daily vlog. It is the adventures with Dano. Whatever the daily adventure is where we take you. Whether that's to Florida, whether that's to the grocery store, whether that's to a farmer's market, you know, anything. And it's kind of just, you know, the feel of the day. Like right now, I was not gonna lie, there is part of this that I wanted to talk about. Mostly because, you know, I understand that we don't do the same thing every day. For the most part, we do. But Jessica getting more involved has got me thinking more, well, we're going to want to do the things that she loves to do. I know everybody loves Jess, and I love her with all my heart. I want her to be more involved in this in the future. And don't get me wrong, she loves, you know, doing the grocery stuff as well. Of course, you guys know that I do this while she's working. You know, that's usually when I do store videos. And then when she's out, you know, she was the one that suggested doing Five Below the other day. Five Below, the store. And I was like, cool. And I had already done a video for the day. I had already gone to Meijer and did that video. But we were going to my nephew's birthday, which is up near Mason, Kenwood area, up that way. And Jess suggested doing a video. Look at this cardinal right here. Hey, buddy. Oh, there he goes. Lots of birds. They're loving this breeze. But anyway, so we go to Five Below, and Jess brought up the idea like, hey, let's do a video. We haven't done a video here in so long. And just to hear her say that, I was like, it made me feel great. It made me feel like, okay, Jess is really starting to grasp this. And if you haven't watched that video, you should. It was just from a few days ago. But Jessica is absolutely hilarious. I mean, she is so funny. Jessica has always been the comic relief in the family. It's where we always crack jokes at each other. But when it comes to videos, she gets so excited about certain things. Like, she really enjoys, you know, she's kind of taken what I do, like in like shopping videos, and kind of made it into her own, which I've even told her, I was like, you know, if someday Jess ever gives up her job, which she can. Honestly, I really, at some point in life, I really want her to. I would like her to feel free of everything. You know, I always joke around with her, like, still working for the man, but you could be working for Dan. And then I say, oh no, not working for me. Basically, it'd be me working for you, because she would be the manager. Jessica has great management skills, and she could really, which, and off camera, she does a lot that you guys don't see. She does a lot of stuff for the channel. you know, helping me with different parts of the videos and different like editing and ways to do things. Does this look good? Does this look good? You know, she helps me with a lot of that stuff. And that's kind of the behind the scenes that you guys don't see. Maybe someday we'll do like a behind the scenes so you guys can see how much work we put into these videos. But like my daddy always said, if you're good at something and you enjoy it, then it's never really a job. It's a lifestyle. I love this camera, but I can never really, there it is. All right, finally got that to focus. I'm using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I do like this camera. A lot of you guys were asking me which camera I used on the cruise. It was a mix between this DJI and my phone. My phone. You know, there are ways that you can film on your phone that people will think that you're using some very high dollar camera. I mean, I have people message me, what camera are you using? Is that the Sony H600 or, you know, and it's like, no, that's my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Yeah, it's an expensive phone, but the camera quality on it is fantastic. The stabilization is really good. I love it. I love filming on my phone. There are things I do in editing to make it look better though. So it's not, you're a lot of times we're seeing different things. We're seeing where I cut out some different things to make it flow better. Maybe you don't see that kind of jitter that you sometimes see in other phones or even my phone, you know. But guys, I'll tell you what, I love what I do. I love what I do. I love taking you guys on an adventure every day. I love going on adventures every day. And I will say this, oh, another plane. What is that, number 5 or 6? I don't know. But we definitely have some more adventures planned for this summer. We have something coming up pretty soon. Me and Jessica are going to have like a surprise with that. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but we do have something coming up fairly soon. So I have a bit of a fun adventure tonight off camera. I am going with my cousin and a couple friends and my other cousin's husband. We are going to go see Thunderbolts. It is the newest Marvel movie, and I wasn't going to go see it originally, but it's getting great reviews. People are saying that it's the next best movie since The Avengers, which honestly, that's the last Marvel movie that I really liked, was Avengers Endgame. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even a big fan of Endgame. I liked Infinity War. I think they could have done Endgame a lot better. But I am curious to see the Thunderbolts, and I'm more excited to hang out with my cousins and their friends and everything. So it should be a lot of fun. We're actually going, my cousin who lives out in Mason, we're going to actually meet halfway. We're going to go to the movie theater in Oakley to see it. I've never been to that theater before, but I've heard that it's really nice. The funny thing is, it's off of Disney Street. I never knew that street even existed. Off of Disney Street. So I'm going to kind of look around, see why did they name it Disney Street? Do they got a statue somewhere? I don't know. I'm going to check on that. If I find anything, I'll bring it up in a future video. But just wanted to take you guys on this little walking journey. We've come to the end here. Plus, I got to get back, get a shower. I thought it was going to be a lot worse when I left originally, because I did a little bit of walking before I even started filming here. But the sun was blazing. I was like, this was not a good idea, but feels good now in the breeze. Also, if you happen to know where I am and you walk your dog here, for goodness sakes, clean up all the dog poop. I mean, geez, this is getting ridiculous. I mean, I'm not going to show it, but I mean, it is everywhere. It is everywhere. It's like they have dog bags right here. Little doggy bags. You flip the camera here. There we go. Okay. How many times have I showed this? 1 million? Okay. Dog bags, completely full. Dog poop, dog bag. Trash for said dog poop in bag. Even have another trash can here too. Now, I will say, I don't know if some people have been cleaning it up, but I don't see as many like bottles and stuff like that as I'm used to seeing. So I've cleaned up some. Just, you know, some, I mean, I walk a lot down here off camera. But when I got a lot of stuff to say, that honeysuckle there. See, like my phone and my Sony camera, they both like focus in really good on that. The honeysuckle there. I don't know. Constantly doing earthquake tests with this DJI Osmo. The colors are great. The camera is great. There's no denying that. The audio, I feel, could be a little better. But, I don't know. It's nice because it's lightweight. It's on a gimbal. It's easy to walk and just chat with you guys. But yeah. Out here. These honeysuckles smell amazing. Well, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me on this walk. I didn't even really know what I was going to talk about. Just kind of whatever came to my mind. Whatever electricity had struck my brain, we were going to chat about today. But thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the walk. I know it wasn't the most exciting. We definitely got more things coming up as far as adventures go. I know it's like when I see a lot of subscribers come in from like some of our Disney vlogs, some of our Universal, Smoky Mountain, stuff like that. It's like we're always getting viewers from those videos, and then you start watching the store videos, and it's like a lot of people like those, but I understand it can be a little confusing. But again, we're just a daily vlog channel that puts out whatever kind of adventure we want to do for the day and hopes that you guys enjoy it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.